Hi everybody, so today I'm going to be showing you 6 ballet hairstyles. 3 are classic, high bun, low bun, and French twist, super easy French twist, and 3 are character styles, a Giselle, the classic Balanchine Sugarplum, and of course the ever popular Juliet, which a lot of you have asked me how we did our hair as Juliet. I am going to be doing these with extensions. Some I wear extensions, some I have my hair pieces because my hair is short and very thin right now because I chopped it off after Nutcracker. So if you have a lot of hair, great, you don't need them, but you can always buy cheap extensions on any beauty supply store or even Amazon, because remember, this is going to be on stage. You're going to do this in class. They don't have to be great, beautiful, expensive hair extensions. So no pressure there, but I did have to use hair extensions just because of my hair right now, but that's up to you. So let's get into it. So we are going to start with the classic low ballerina bun. This is actually very, very simple. You want to make a low ponytail at the base of your neck, but give yourself enough space down there so the bun can sit. So do your ponytail as you normally would, smooth out your frizzies, make sure it's exactly how you want it. But look at this ponytail, I've got a little bit of space down there. This bun is actually really, really easy. You're just going to take the hair and start twisting. Either way, doesn't really matter. Don't worry about the little ends. As you'll see, my ends kind of stay out, but you can get them in. And then you're just going to twist around the base of the ponytail and pin as you go. I'm sure a lot of you know how to do this already. A little trick though is when you get to the bottom, oftentimes we look lopsided because we pull the bun too tight. So I want to show you, instead of pulling it really, really tight, let it a little loose. See how I go back to the left a little bit? Just make it a little bit looser. It's still going to stay, I promise. So just tuck and pin, tuck and pin, tuck and pin. And that is the basic low bun. Really, really simple. Very, very elegant. If you're not a dancer, this is a great look for an evening out as well. So now I'm going to show you how to turn this into Giselle. You want to make a middle part that is so not in the middle, but hopefully I fix it. There we go. Make a middle part with your hair. And then we're going to take some of the front sections and we're going to leave them out of the bun. So you want to take some hair towards the front of your head and leave it out of that ponytail back there. So just make the low bun as we did. Low ponytail, put the hair around, pin it, do your classic ballerina low bun. Now this is something that you might actually have to practice a little bit because it is a little bit tricky to get it right. It took me a couple times. So you want to take the hair, pulling it down and over your ear. Over the ear is the most important thing for Giselle. And then you're going to pin the hair in the back towards your bun. Don't worry, we're going to clean it up later, but you're going to pin it there, right at the base of the ear, right towards the bun. And then whatever hair you have left, you're going to put it back into the bun. So just kind of twist it around, pin it, do the whole thing. And that's how you get that swoop over the ear. You can clean it up if you want, but like I said, we're going to get it at the end. So let's do the other side. So you want to pull the hair down and forward. Down and forward. That's really important. And then you want to press it, see, forward over the ear. Those little baby hairs will be sprayed in a second. And then you want to pin it down there close to the bun and close to your ear. You'll figure out where you can best pin it as you practice this. But the most important thing is that that hair covers the top of your ear. And then you want to just work it into the bun as you normally would. Like I said, this takes a couple of times to get. Don't wait till your Giselle performance to figure this out. Then you can clean up the top, you can smooth it out, you can spray it down. You will need a lot of hairspray and gel to keep this in place. But that's how you get that very old-fashioned ballerina over the ears look for Giselle. It's just that separate hair. And there is your classic Giselle. It's just the same low bun with some pieces left out and put over the ears. So now we're going to switch gears and do the high bun and the high Balanchine bun. So we're going to start with the basic one. You want to make a high ponytail, and because of the length of my hair for this, I can't quite get it as high as I want to. So you can either bend forward or just stay standing. And you want it sort of to be on a diagonal with your chin, which is why mine's a little bit short. But I'm going to use this clip here to clip up those ends. If you have short hair, this is how you can do it. Clip up the ends, and then you can use a bobby pin to kind of secure it in place which is what I did. So I'm going to use my long hair piece for this. And if you have long hair, great. Otherwise, you can get a long hair piece as well. So this is kind of the basic high bun. You have two options here. You can do the round bun like we just did in the low bun and just sort of wrap it around and do your normal, you know, circular bun. But I'm actually going to show you how to do an elongated bun. So we're going to start the same. You wrap around as you normally would, and instead of going this way, we're going to go angularly. We are going to go straight across with the hair. So you want to go to the right. Instead of thinking round, we're going to do a line. So you want to go across, pin that hair, and then instead of going up and around, we're going to loop back to the left. So it's kind of going to create a squiggle. So really what will help is if you put it in your finger and then switch it back around and then go back the other way. So we're thinking more flat than round. And you're just going to really go back and forth with this bun down your head. The length of the bun will depend on how long your hair is, how much hair you have. That's why I like using a hairpiece. But see, you have the round on top, and then we're going to squiggle to the end. So once I get back to the left, I'm going to squiggle back around to the right. And you do this until you have no hair left, and then just tuck the ends in somewhere, you know. And you'll have to figure this out. Again, look at your head, look in the mirror, kind of figure out your shape is the best way to do this. And then tuck those ends in. And this is sort of the basic high bun, more elongated. Again, you could go for the round on top, but I personally prefer when it is a high bun to go a little bit more elongated. But now I'm going to show you how to do the Balanchine sugar plum bun, which is what I did for Nutcracker. So I'm using 2 hair pieces. And if you have a lot of hair for this, just divide your hair in 2 sections. So for one section, I'm going to use my shorter hair piece. We're actually going to combine the 2 buns we've already done. So the first thing I'm going to do is create just a normal round donut bun, really, on the top of my head. And this is for height and volume. So don't really worry about how it looks. Just make a round lump on the top of your head. And I kind of like to look at it in the mirror and see if I can see it. I like to get it that high that you can see it when you're facing straight forward. So just make a lump. Then use your second hair piece or your second section if you're using your real hair. And we're going to do the elongated bun over the lump. So start it on the left, bring it around to the right, and then do your squiggle back and forth over that bun. And again, play around with this, how you want to do it. Using the 2 sections just makes this bun bigger. So you want to do the round donut on the top, and then use your second section of hair and just do the squiggle. Don't go around. So go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And do you see how, I got to clean this up a bit. Do you see how I went over that bun? And this turns into the big elongated sugar plum Balanchine version of this bun. See how it's a little bit bigger, a little bit more voluminous, and a little bit further down my head. So 2 sections instead of 1. So now I'm going to show you the easiest French twist in the world, and it'll change your life, totally. So start with making sure the hair in the front looks good, how you want it to, and create a low ponytail again, but obviously we're not going to put it in a ponytail this time. And normally French twists go with the ends going up. That's how people normally do it. Oh, no. Watch this. What you're going to do is you're going to twist it from the base of the ponytail. Put it in one hand. With the other hand, grab it and then twist up and under. So the ends fold in. And then you tuck the ends in as you go up and form the twist from there. And that is it. Watch one more time. So from the base of your ponytail, hair is in one hand, base of the ponytail, then grab it in the other, and then twist up and under so the ends fold in. And don't worry about those short hairs. I'll get them in a second. I will pin them in. And then you just pin. Just form your French twist as you normally would. Pin as you go. You might have to work the top a little bit to how you want it. But that is it. And it really keeps it tight. The ends really stay in. And see, even if you've got short hair, look, all I got to do is pin the ends in. And work in the mirror. Figure out what shape you like. But I'm telling you, you guys, this French twist will change your life. And it looks pretty from all angles. It's a nice, elegant updo. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the last look, which is, of course, Juliet. This is exactly what they did on us when I danced it. So we're going to use a clear elastic and we're going to do a half up, half down. Don't put too much hair in this, otherwise you don't have very much down. So it's a small section, and make sure it's in line with your ears. You don't want it to be too high. Top of the ears is a good benchmark for this because this section is going to become the braids. Make sure you clean up the top now because the more you do that, the better the braids will sit. So dividing this section into two pieces. Again, the more hair you have here, the bigger the braids will be, but the less you have down. So braid one side. A little bit of a braid is fine. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to pull it out in a second. Put another little elastic on it if you want to keep it in place. And then we're going to pull this braid out to make it a little bit thicker so it shows up a little bit better. And then all you're going to do is you're going to loop this around and place it on your head. Make sure you're happy with it. Again, that's why we wanted that half up, half down section a little bit lower, so the braid sits lower on your head. Then you're just going to pin it into place. Again, you have to look in the mirror, make sure you're happy with it, make sure it's sitting right where you want it to. Don't worry about the ends yet. We're going to tuck it into the other side in a second, so don't worry about the ends yet. So that is one side. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So take the other side and start braiding. This is where they would put fake hair in for me into these braids. They didn't put fake hair down, but I had fake hair in these braids to help the thickness. That's another option. That gets a little complicated. So do your braid, put a little elastic and make it thinner, and then place it on top of your head. The trick is to make it even with the other side near your ear. Don't worry about the back. We're going to fix that in a second. And you can always hide the bobby pins as well. If you see your bobby pins are sticking out, you can kind of maneuver them around to put the hair over it. It is possible. And then you're going to pin this section up just like you did the first side. Now, we're going to tuck the ends in as well. So make sure those ends get tucked in underneath the braid. They'll just wrap around. You can also use them to hide the elastics on top of your head. That's another thing that I do. And just kind of pin them in place. Again, this takes some practice. It takes some time to make sure you're happy with it. But we really only had this singular braid. Some companies with Juliet, the braids are entirely fake and they do a double braid. Now, take a little piece of hair from the bottom and wrap it around that elastic so it hides it. It's a much cleaner look. And that sort of fixes the back as well. Then you can't see the elastic. Finally, if you want to soften it, pull out some of the little hairs, little curls. It just gives it a softer look rather than a slick back look. And that is Juliet. Like I said, some companies do double braids. I believe the Macmillan version does that, and the braids are entirely fake. They're their own headpiece. But for us at New York City Ballet, our braids were part of our hair, and this is what we did. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know I haven't done a hair tutorial in a long time, so I was inspired to do it, especially the pretty character styles. They do take some practice. For me, especially the Balanchine bun, guys, we did it every day almost. So it's one of those things that once you get the pattern, once you get, you know, it takes practice like ballet. So just practice, you'll get the hang of it. Don't beat yourself up. It took me forever to get these. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what other things you might want to see in the box below. If you missed the latest video, it's right there. You can click it to watch. Love you all so very much, and I'll see you next time.